Today, I'm very happy that you're all going to be teachers for us in Tomsk. That's really great. And this is just meeting or a quick conversation about how you can use our online platform and if anyone will be using online lessons, then I will be showing what you'll be using. So obviously everyone's downloaded Zoom, otherwise I wouldn't be talking to you. Evident. And everyone was able to log into the platform. This is a standard login. Now, obviously, when you work with us, I'll provide everyone with a unique login, and all of your students will have their own logins, and you'll be connected via groups on the platform. So I'm going to share the screen now, and we're going to have a look at what the platform can offer. So if there are any questions at any time, please stop me and just ask away. So what am I showing? Okay. Let's share this screen. So can everybody see this profile page? This is mine. This is the teacher profile page. You can see instructor 5, correct? When you logged in, you would see the group here presentation. As a teacher, you're able to see a little bit more information, students lists, everyone who will be in your group, and you can post a message. So I wrote hello all presentation at this time, but I could also say homework, etc., and include links and documents, and students will see that. The profile page contains all the information about the student, our upcoming events, online and live, and of course in Tomsk, when you have conversation classes, we'll include that information there. Additionally, there's an area where students can see any questions they've asked. So in a little bit, I will talk about a helpline, and here from the profile page, this is where they'll see the answers. From the toolbar at the top, you can click on Be Connected. This is where you see all of our resources. This is the CBOR platform. So all of the material is in a way customized for CBOR. Of course, you have logins now, so you can have a look through this yourselves. I won't go through everything that is available, but this was just a place where we want all students and teachers to access the same resources. Because I'm a teacher and I know that getting the students to perhaps do something or do some task is quite difficult, and especially if you're handing them sheets of paper or trying to give them some sort of files, they get lost and nobody wants to do it. So the main premise of this is one big source where students can, with the instruction of their teacher, find resources, or if they have interest on their own. So there are lots of things here just for CBOR, special articles about their industry, vocab, glossaries, podcasts, videos. We're slowly updating that. So if anyone has any really cool articles or any materials that you use, please send it to me and I can put it up and you can use that online. The English helpline is for any questions that students might have when the teacher is not available. There is, or there will be, that's a little joke, an on-duty teacher that should be able to answer this fairly rapidly. And once the question is submitted, they can then see it immediately on the profile page under their questions. So here we see, I need help. And then when the teacher answers, they see the response immediately. So that's quite a cool feature. All of your students will probably be of different levels. Here we use the CEFR system. And so I've included sections broken down into the different areas for what they should be able to do at each level. At the lower levels, this is primarily in Russian, because we're aiming for Russian speakers. And then at higher levels, everything is in both languages. So you can see that we have the English on the left and then the Russian on the right. I'd like everyone to look through this material because we've put this up pretty quickly and I really want some feedback. So if you spot mistakes or if you think that there's a better way of doing something, let me know because I really want this to be a project that we're all involved in. And I want you to have your input and say too.
Убери его оттуда.
Excuse me?
No, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Everything is okay.
Everything good, wonderful. So that is the grammar by level. We also have a comprehensive grammar schedule here. This is all in English. So this is for perhaps a more advanced student that doesn't want to rely on Russian. And we are slowly putting up exercises here. So the idea is that each topic will have 3 exercises in increasing level. And then the student can complete the exercise, pass the test, see the result, and this information is stored so that teachers can see how students are progressing, the company can see that students are actually doing some work. So this is a nice way for them to practice, but also for teachers to monitor that things have been done. So as I say, this is in progress. So there are not so many exercises, but over the next 3 weeks, they should all be up. There's a section on business communication skills. So if people want specific information about, I don't know, presentations, etc., you can find some interesting articles here. Maybe you can set it as homework. Maybe you can use it as part of your lesson. You can use it however you like. So I won't go through the rest. You can have a look yourselves. Writing practice, vocabulary for your profession. Listening is not really complete at the moment. I need to record a lot of tapes. But reading, for instance, is by Cambridge exam. So if people are or students are studying for different exams, they can find very exam questions here. It should specify which exam this is for. So here this is C1 and I haven't written it, but indeed this should be for CAE. And then they can answer the questions and then really practice that they are exam ready. Or if they just feel that reading is a skill that they need to check, well, I didn't do very well there at all, but if they feel that reading is a skill they need to get better at, there are some resources available there. And as I said, the listening comprehension will come along in the next few weeks like that. Idioms and slang, or newsletters, etc. The platform should really be a place for students to be able to practice speaking. So as we've connected via Zoom, lots of our students use our chat rooms. We have 3 channels, a general English-speaking community, which everyone from all of our companies can access, a specific CBOR one, or specific company channel, where only students can connect with students from the same company, and then a professional community, which comes with a schedule. So this is ideal for people who are perhaps lawyers or engineers. This will be specific about grammar and lexis there. So this connects just like with Zoom. You press the button. If you downloaded Zoom, it comes up much like we just talked here, and they can talk anonymously with each other about anything. So so students are slowly starting to use this. Usually at 2 a.m. actually, because I notice when people log in, it's always in the middle of the night. So I suppose that's the time that people want to study English. Podcasts and webinars. When we have online webinars, we will archive them here. We offer movie nights in Moscow, and we probably will in Tomsk too. And they're always really very exciting. It's a good opportunity for students to watch something in English and then discuss it afterwards. So all of the series that we use, because unfortunately movies are quite long, so we call it movie night, but actually it's series. We put here, we include a link to a dual language version, but also our glossaries with the most important words translated into Russian to help, and then some discussion questions if they want to talk about it on one of our channels. So that's also being updated every week. And it's really great fun, actually, when we do that with students. Equally with special events, when we have a theatre performance, we will stream it and then record it and archive it. So this is all of the resources we have. Again, I really encourage everyone to look through what is available. I'm really happy to incorporate any ideas you might have. This should be a collaborative process. And eventually, in your teacher profile area, you should be able to upload your own documents for students to just make it easy to organize the lessons and to access the same information. I think some of you will be having face-to-face lessons. And Sibor would like us to record these lessons. This will be done via Zoom. So a teaching room should have a computer with camera available, and then you log in just yourself with no participant. And there's the option, I think if everyone looks at the bottom of the Zoom channel, there's a little button that says record. This is so that it's not for everyone's use, of course, it's just for students. It's not going to be widely available. It's not being used for anyone to be monitored or anything like this. I'm a teacher myself, and I always dislike being recorded, but after a while I sort of forget about it. And the idea is that here on the profile page, with every group, you will have access to the videos. So we always have lots of students that are on business trips and can't possibly make their lesson. And then this is quite disruptive. So it's a nice way of getting them to catch up on material and do that. So this is pretty much what I have to say. Let me stop the share so I can see everyone. Are there any questions about anything? And I see if I can help.
For now, not.
For now, not.
We just need practicing.
Exactly. This is, again, I really, that's a lot of information, but I really want you to have a look at what we have. Play with Zoom. It's really quite simple. It just needs some practice. It's like everything. It's not that difficult, but of course, the first time it's used, it's awful. But after a couple of times, it just gets very easy. So I think when everyone is confirmed and I have everyone's information, I will create unique logins for everyone. And then you can start seeing how a teacher profile works as opposed to a student one. And then when you have your students, they will get logins and you'll be connected much like we are now, where you can write messages to your students, etc. So if there are any questions, email me. You have my email address. Any suggestions, criticisms? I love criticisms. It's a really great way. I just want us all to feel part of the project, because it is not just something that we are creating and imposing. It should be for everyone to use, and most importantly for students to be able to learn to speak English better with all the resources. So yes, another opportunity. Any more questions?
I want to ask you a question.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Oh, Stephanie. I'm so sorry. I didn't even introduce myself.
So hi, Stephanie. Nice to meet you. Thank you for your very useful information. And what I would like to know is if I have not had any online teaching experience, so am I going to have some trial lessons or?
Absolutely. We're not just going to say, okay, online lesson. If you have online, if you will have online lessons, we'll probably meet one-to-one via Zoom. And I'll go through all of the actual sharing, how to use the whiteboard, how to share documents. So don't worry, this wasn't like some sort of seminar and it's the only thing you'll ever know about this. This is just an introductory description of the platform. So if you do have online lessons, don't worry, we'll be in contact and we'll probably have a sort of trial lesson where we'll swap as the teacher, and maybe I'll be the teacher and then you'll be the teacher, and we can just see how that works, just to practice how the technology works.
Yes, thank you. So, and one more question. Are you going to be our coordinator? I mean, if I have any questions, should I address you directly?
You can always address me directly. I'm the academic director and in charge of the technology. So I'm happy to answer any questions from anyone. If it's about scheduling, I think Antonina is the best person to ask. But any platform-related questions, any questions about material, I think sending information to me is a good idea, because I can then answer directly.
Thank you.
That's a good question. But anytime, any questions, just send me an email.
Stephanie, and you're always online, but we don't have any help there at Cibur, yeah? There will be no one to help us right at the place at the first lesson.
I think we might have organized for the IT department to be support. So this is a very good question. I will ask Antonina if it's possible to arrange for someone from the IT department to be there, because of course I would have no idea how to do it with foreign technology. I mean, I can do things with my computer, but not with company computer. So I think we can arrange that, I think.
Yeah. Good.
Any other questions?
I guess we need to study.
Pardon?
And then I guess we need some time to study it,
Exactly.
just to look it through. And then
Yes.
think we will be able to give some feedback later.
That's really great. Yes, just have a look through, and as I say, please let me know of any things that you think could be done better, because we're quite a small team, and I really do worry that I might have missed something very important, something really obvious that I just haven't seen or I've completely forgotten. So I want as many eyes looking at it, and especially teachers. So I would be very grateful for any comments and corrections in Russian, because obviously I don't speak Russian, so I have no idea if what's happening in Russian is correct.
Another question.
Yeah.
Another question regarding the platform.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, you're an academic teacher. Could you please tell us what are the books we're going to use?
I think it was in Greece, the business results would be used in Cibur.
Oh.
But I would have to check with Antonina about that. This depends on the level.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions? That's a good question, actually, though, of course, about resources and material.
No.
We should definitely provide information as soon as possible. So I will get Antonina to send you that.
Excuse me, I misheard. You will provide with the...
Excuse me?
I misheard. You will provide us with the logins and passwords.
Absolutely, yes. When I get everyone's information, I will provide everyone with an individual one. Mm-hmm.
When are we supposed to start our lessons?
This is a very good question. Let me perhaps get Antonina, because she can. She's in charge of the scheduling, and maybe she can answer you right now. One moment.
Мы наконец-то ее увидим.
А вы не видели на собеседовании?
А я сразу с Рональдом беседовала.
Она просто была рядышком. Мы тоже все беседовали с Рональдом.
А, нет, я была одна.
Okay, so I think yes, good. The teachers have some questions about when the lessons will start. Maybe you can provide.
Здравствуйте, Антонина.
Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте. У кого был вопрос?
Я задала вопрос, когда предположительно начнутся занятия, чтобы знать, сколько у нас времени есть на ознакомление, подготовку, какой уровень у студентов и так далее.
Евгения, ну, вообще, сейчас у нас презентация по вопросу платформы, и, ну, все вопросы, в принципе, в общем, я вам всем описывала, да, что занятия у нас планируются с сентября, и на данный момент точно вам сказать не можем. Ну, в общем, это короткий ответ, но если хотите более подробно, то давайте мы с вами свяжемся, вы можете, ну, позвонить мне по телефону, который в подписи, и обсудить. Ну, по сути...
Я имела в виду, что будет время, то есть позвонят и не скажут, что завтра начинаются занятия, то есть будет какое-то время, да? Там,
Ну, мы
2-3.
стараемся так сделать, да. На самом деле, вот сейчас у вас уникальная возможность задать вопрос именно Стефани, потому что возможность именно поговорить по поводу платформы. I think all of you should ask more questions about the platform, exactly, not about
I think
organize.
well, I think that's quite an important question, actually, when the lesson's actually happening.
Yeah.
But yes, but basically, they all have successfully logged in, which is great. And now, from my point of view, they should look at the material and give me feedback and familiarize themselves. And if something is unclear, send an email to me, and I'm very happy to answer that immediately.
Yeah, I think it will be better. Because now we are not familiar with the program, with the platform, so yeah.
Absolutely. I don't expect anyone to immediately start using it without having obviously spent some time looking through it. And perhaps we can all meet again in a couple of weeks and when we're pretty sure on the schedule. And as I say, anyone that will be having online lessons will have a separate training session of how to use the platform to its best advantage. So.
Okay. I think it's our plan.
Thanks for the introduction. Yeah.
Thank you very much for attending, and thank you for so brilliantly downloading everything without any help. You'd be surprised at how difficult this stage is. Everyone did very well. And as I say, email me with any questions about the platform, materials at any time. And yes. And
Okay, thank you. Good.
We'll keep in touch.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Yes, bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Okay.